Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode in the series of 5 episodes about writing skills at CMC University. Well, for the very first one, I want to introduce to you guys the way to write an informal email. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, let's answer one question. What an informal email is? Okay, so an informal emails actually can be used to send to people you know well. For example, they can be your friends, relatives, your parents about your recent news, personal problems, and also the information you need, and so on. And an informal email should be written in an informal style with a personal tone. All right, so come to let's come to the some questions, some frequently asked questions. Firstly, what is the purpose of the email? I mean that what is the main purpose that you want to write an informal email to your friends, for example? So actually, we write the informal letter to respond to a request for action from somebody else, such as to give information or to make suggestions. Alternatively, it could be to initiate an action, to start an action, for example, to request information or invite somebody to do something. The task should depends on the situation. So make sure that when you are in the test room or when you are in a particular situation, you have to thoroughly read the task because it will tell you exactly what you have to do. Okay, so the person or the people you have been asked to write to gonna be those who read your letters. What information should you include in an informal email? Well, actually, in an instructional letter, you will have to read the information that is included in a variety of texts. And for example, letters, memos, adverts, or your handwritten notes. You must answer all the questions in the texts and to notes and also make references to any other commands. Let's talk about the style, the writing style. An informal style can include like slangs or some like common daily conversation expressions or some, for example, if you are writing to a friend, but not if you don't know the person, constructions are always like appropriate. It means that the informal style should be sent to your friends, relatives, counterparts, those actually so familiar to you, not to a stranger. In an informal writing email, you have to use your direct and also the personal tone, like I think you should, or some direct sentences like I think it's a good idea, instead of it'll be a good idea because this phrase seems to be too formal. Next, informal vocabulary, totally lots of stuff, including phrasal verbs like go on instead of continue. So to make it like a very like writing, like friendly writing style, you should include some just informal phrases like go on or totally, things like that. And what's more, well, when it comes to constructions or short forms, like I've just heard like you've been to, not I have, you have. And next, in informal linking words, you can use like plus, also, well, anyway, to sum up or in a nutshell. And of course, you can use idioms and also some like simple and daily conversation expressions like I'm most interested instead of I am really interested. Slang can be used, of course. And also we have something like ASAP or TV or photo or cell net, so on and so forth. What about the punctuation? We can use something like exclamation, like marks, but please do not overuse them. And let me show you the structure. Actually, in the writing in like the structure of an informal email will include four parts. With the first one, of course, we need a greeting or like salutation to say hello to the receiver. So you can say like hi, hello, and you have to remember that we need a comma after the name of the receiver. And next, we have the first paragraph, and it can be called as an opening. Begin by asking some personal like questions and making some personal comments. And next one, we have the main content of the informal email. You can say why you are writing this email or this letter. If you need to change agreements or turn somebody down, so it's just like give reasons why and give the information that you have been told to give. And of course, you need to add some more details of your own if you like. And of course, it can like give you more like scores if you have like smart commands, logical commands in your email. And next one, and also the last one, this closing and signing off. You need to give a reason why you are ending the letter. And then you can send the greetings and, or like make references for future contact and sign off with your name after that. Okay, so let's get start with the first one and also the first part of the letter, salutation. You can start with the letter with the words like hi or hello, and then followed by the first name of the person to whom you are writing. And you have to remember that you only the first name or of the person you are writing to. So what do you think about like hi Mr. John and hi Mr. John Brown? Are they appropriate in an informal email? No, actually not, because they are too formal to use. So what about the opening part of the letter? When writing an informal letter, you are usually replying to another letter. So you would normally start with a greeting, then acknowledge the letter to which you are replying. It is often a good idea to acknowledge some like key information given in the original letter too. It means that you need to write a letter that have the connection with the letter you have received before. For example, you can say like, how are you? How have the family been? I hope you are well. Thank you. Many thanks for your like letter or postcard. It was good, nice, great to hear from you again. And also you can use some other useful phrases like I'm really sorry that I forgot to send you a birthday card, but I was busy with my new job. They are all kind of like very informal phrases that show that you are really familiar to the receiver, and but it actually depends on the situation, and you are the person who have to make the decision whether use those phrases or not. in a certain situation, of course. Let's move to the main contents of an email. You can say why you're writing. If you need to change agreements or turn someone down, you have to give the reasons why. For example, if your friends ask you to go to his or her birthday party, but you are so busy with your lesson at the school, so you need to write a letter to deny going to his or her party, but then you need to give a very reasonable reasons. So what about the closing and also the signing off parts? To close your letter, you can say you can use some words like love, lots of love, all the best, take care, best wishes, or of course they have to be written on a new line. If you used a comma after the opening greeting, so you also need to use a comma here too. When you sign off your first name, then you need to follow on another new line. So it means that closing one line and then signing another line. Here's some tips for you. Remember to use the linking words in the letter. So between the paragraphs, we can use some linking phrases or linking words like anyway or let me start, by the way. And then within a paragraph, we can use some words like also, nevertheless, or however. All right, so to begin your letter, there's also some tips. To begin the letter, you can say something about the reasons why you are writing the letter, and also you say where you saw for example, if you need to write an email to like reply for an advertisement. So you need to say that where the place that you saw that advert. And also remember that because we are writing an informal email, so your letter, email or letter, so yours should use informal language. You need to try to avoid using exactly the same words that appear in the notes, and also make sure that you have included all the points from the notes. So what is the notes? Actually, in the test room, the test will provide to you with a letter and also some notes. So you have to make sure that you write the letters to reply back to the before the previous notes, and then you need to use all the information that have been written in the notes. And of course, you have to make sure that you have included all the points from the notes that the text give to you, and then use an appropriate closing formula. And also you have to decide what each paragraph would say before you start writing. For example, we have like 4 paragraphs, so we have to make sure that we know exactly the structures and also the main contents of each paragraph before writing. Imagine that you are really writing a letter and put yourself into the writer's position. And then after that, after finish all the work, writing work, you have to check your work for accuracy or, like spelling. Okay, so we will finish it with some useful vocabulary, mostly you to organize the information. Also, although it is taking a shortcut, if you learn several expressions for each paragraph in each type of text that could be on your exam, you will certainly be able to create a very consistent and well organized text. There are some useful phrases that just take a look on the screen. All right, so I give you a model, like a sample for you to read. For example, we have a topic, your Italian pen pal friends named Antonia wrote an answer you about your lifestyle in England. You need to read parts of this letter and then reply. I think I have a very healthy lifestyle. I eat a lot of fruit and I get a lot of fresh air. My family lives near the mountains, so we often go walking. Last weekend, we went rock climbing, and I saw a lot of lifestyle, and I took a lot of photos. What kind of lifestyle do you have? All right, so we have the email from Antonia. So if you are Kate, if you are Kate, for example, this one. If you are like Kate, you need to write email to Antonia to answer the question about your lifestyle. So you can start with the greeting like dear Antonia, or we can call it like the very first parts of an email, and then you say reasons why you talk about the reason why you write this email. Thanks for your letter. Your lifestyle sounds really interesting. I don't live near the mountains, so I've never been rock climbing, but I love to try it. And then we answer the main content. We answer the questions that Anthony gave to you, and it's also the main content of this informal email. You talk about your lifestyle course. And then we have this one. I love to visit you one day. It's also the closing and the signing off part. I think we get on really well. And please write soon and love Kate. This is the name and this is the sign off, your name, and we have the word love. And do you remember that if we use this comma at the very first time, so we need to correct, we need to use another comment at the signing off part. Love, comma, and then Kate. All right, so this also the end of the lesson. To make sure that you get the grasp of all the information in the lesson, let's go to let's like welcome a practice part. So I have part of an email, and the email coming from your Scottish friend. So just imagine that you have a Scottish friend named Maggie, and she has sent you an email asking you to have her organize a special surprise birthday party for her brother, Rupert. You need to read the Maggie's email carefully, and you also can see the notes here. So in the test room and in the real test, we're gonna have the note for you and also the email for you. And then you read the email carefully, and then you have the notes here. And then your task is to write an email to reply for your friend, Scottish friend Maggie. Just you all the informations, all the knowledge that you have just learned from the lesson to write the email to reply to Maggie. Okay, so this is the end of the first lesson in the series of 5 lessons about writing skills at CMC University. Now it's your turn to write email. When you finish writing your work, you need to upload your work, your email, your letter on LMS, and the teacher gonna check and also give comments, give feedback to your work. And thank you for spending times with me today. And hopefully we can learn a lot of useful knowledge and also very like fruitful tips when writing an informal email. Goodbye and see you the next lesson in the series of 5 lessons.